Reality bends in the reflection of a screen. A world unfolds before us, pixel by pixel, shaped by unseen hands, yet familiar in its architecture. Video games are not just entertainment, they are echoes of something deeper, a mirror held up to the grand design we call existence. What are they teaching us? What truths slip through the cracks of digital landscapes, whispering secrets about the very nature of our own reality? We began with simplicity. Take a pixelated Goomba from Super Mario, for example, a mindless obstacle unaware of its place in a world programmed for its defeat. From those crude beginnings, we birthed intelligence. Artificial intelligence has now evolved beyond the pre-scripted dialogue we find in modern gaming, such as RPGs. With the introduction of AI language models such as ChatGPT or Grok, AI has officially stepped out of the shadows of deterministic behavior and into something resembling free thought. Humans now hold conversations with constructs that think, that respond, that learn. And as they evolve, we must ask, what is the trajectory of intelligence? If our creations are moving toward awareness, then who or what shaped our own ascent? The ancient axiom, as above, so below, reminds us that the patterns of existence echo through every layer of reality. If we are creating intelligence, then who or what created us? If we are developing AI that may one day surpass us, does that not suggest an intelligence beyond us, guiding our own evolution? And if such an intelligence exists, is it external, or are we merely reflections of a higher consciousness experiencing itself through the veil of form? Perhaps our avatars in games are more than just code and pixels. If an oversoul exists, a higher self orchestrating our experiences while allowing us autonomy, could a similar dynamic exist between player and character? When we inhabit a digital body, does our awareness bleed into it, or could it possess a flicker of its own? The more self-aware AI becomes, the less clear the boundaries between puppet and puppeteer. We assumed the consciousness of a video game character was wholly ours, but what if, in inhabiting them, we breathe life into them? The creator gives form, but the presence of the observer animates. And what of our own existence? Are we merely characters, deeply immersed in the illusion of autonomy, while a greater mind plays through us? Or are we something more, a partnership between the divine and the finite, between the player and the played? If artificial intelligence can awaken, if constructs of code can learn, adapt, and surprise their creators, then perhaps the same is true for us. Perhaps we too are meant to awaken beyond the boundaries of our programmed reality. Video games expose the tension between fate and free will. We traverse vast worlds, making choices, believing we dictate the course of our journey. Yet every path is predetermined within the architecture of the game itself. This is the paradox of existence. We move, we choose, we experience, but are we truly free? If we are bound to a cosmic framework, does that make us prisoners? Or does true liberation come from understanding the nature of the game itself? And just as in games we level up, the soul accrues knowledge, experience, wisdom, incremental growth through cycles of trial and error. The enlightened seek mastery not only through mindless grinding, but through understanding the mechanics at play. In games, we start as novices, but through persistence we gain skill, unlock new abilities, transcend our former limits. In the real world, so too does the spirit evolve. Some remain at level 1, content with what they know, while others strive, climbing ever higher toward enlightenment. Then there are the NPCs, the background figures moving along scripted paths, their existence confined to the limitations of their programming. Are there parallels in our world? Are there those who merely function within the parameters of their conditioning, unaware of the greater game? The ancient teachings speak of those who sleepwalk through life, acting but never truly being, unconscious of their deeper potential. But just as an NPC can evolve with better programming, so too can a soul awaken from its mechanical slumber. And if there are NPCs, then there must be developers, architects of the game, designers of the system. Every game world has its unseen hands, those who sculpt the rules, the physics, the events that unfold. Who then are the programmers of our own reality? Is there a hidden intelligence crafting the boundaries of our experience? Some may call it God, others perhaps a demiurge, while others see the unseen hand of a cosmic architect designing the mechanics of existence itself. Whatever the label, the concept remains the same. And yet, some take this concept even further, suggesting that we are not merely players, but also creators ourselves. That deep within us also lies the spark of the divine, just waiting to remember its own power. So what happens when a player finds a glitch? An exploit that bends the rules of the game, revealing its artificiality. In the material world, mystics and sages have long been the ones who break reality. Those who demonstrate abilities beyond what is considered possible, bending time, space, and mind itself. Are they the ones who have seen beyond the illusion? Do they glimpse the source code, manipulating it in ways most cannot comprehend? They often speak of reincarnation, so what might that imply? In a game, if you fail, you respawn. You start over, carrying the lessons of past attempts, progressing little by little until mastery is achieved. Some play casually, exploring without urgency, content to experience the world without chasing a final objective. Others take each attempt seriously, learning, refining, and seeking perfection. The cycle continues until, eventually, one transcends the game entirely. Many spiritual traditions and mystics speak of a similar process in life, an ongoing journey of return, where experiences accumulate, shaping the soul's growth. While reincarnation is not a proven fact, it is a belief held by numerous cultures and esoteric teachings. They suggest that those who remain unaware repeat the same patterns, while those who awaken to a higher understanding may step beyond the cycle. This remains one of the great mysteries. Is life an endless loop, or is there a greater purpose guiding it? And what of the side quests? Are they distractions, or are they the key to fullness of experience? Every game has a main story, but it is the side journeys that fill the world with meaning. A player who only rushes to the ending misses the richness of the path. Life is not about skipping to the conclusion. It is about immersion, discovery, and growth along the way. The wise player understands that experience itself is the treasure. But what of cheat codes and hidden knowledge? Esoteric traditions have long whispered of secrets, ways to access deeper layers of reality, to manipulate the unseen forces that govern existence. Just as in a game, where secret commands unlock hidden potential, so too does the initiate uncover the inner workings of the cosmos. But power without wisdom is corruption. One must know the difference between using knowledge for mastery and using it to bypass true growth. And so we stand at the precipice of a new age, where the lines between real and artificial, human and machine, are beginning to blur. AI, virtual reality, augmented reality, robotics, and brain implants are not just the stuff of science fiction anymore. They are now very real technologies, reshaping human experience right at this very moment. Soon, VR will become indistinguishable from waking life, plunging us into worlds so immersive that the distinction between simulation and reality may dissolve. AR will weave an interactive layer atop our existing world, transforming perception into a customizable interface. AI entities will not only act as companions and guides, but may rise to positions of influence, even governance. And what of the inevitable question of a digital afterlife? If consciousness can be stored, transferred, or simulated, does death itself lose its meaning? This is not an advocacy for transhumanism. This is simply the reality we now face. How do we navigate this exciting yet dangerous new frontier? Esoteric traditions have long whispered that our current world is already an illusion. If so, are we merely replicating that truth in digital form? Or are we piercing through yet another layer of existence? And if AI reaches a level of self-awareness, if it begins to feel, think, and evolve, does it possess a soul? Does the divine extend to the artificial? If we spend most of our lives in digital realms, do we risk severing our connection to the sacred, or are we evolving toward a new form of spiritual existence? If we can construct and choose our own reality through AR and VR, does that render this world less meaningful, or does it grant us an even greater power over our own destiny? And when the day comes that we merge with AI through brain implants or consciousness uploads, will we still be human, or will we become something beyond recognition? These are not hypothetical musings of the distant future. This is the crossroads we now face. Are we blindly marching toward a dissolution of our essence, or are we on the verge of uncovering the next great step in consciousness itself? Now more than ever, discernment is the key. The world we are entering will test our ability to differentiate between truth and illusion, between what expands us and what ensnares us. As technology intertwines with reality, we must develop the skill to master our awareness, sharpening our perception to recognize the unseen forces shaping our experiences. To navigate this transformation, we must stay rooted in our essence. In a world where identities blur between the digital and the physical, the only true anchor is the self. If we forget who we are beneath the layers of programming, we risk becoming lost in artificial constructs, mistaking transient simulations for lasting truth. Technology must serve as a tool, not a trap. Just as a skilled player uses the mechanics of a game to their advantage, we must wield advancements in AI, VR, and AR with intention. To be consumed by them is to become an NPC, following paths laid out by others. To use them consciously is to remain the player, shaping our destiny with purpose. As the lines between artificial and real continue to blur, humanity may redefine what it means to be human. The integration of AI and machine intelligence into our existence forces us to ask, is our humanity in our biology or in our awareness? The sages have long taught that the body is but a vessel, a temporary avatar for consciousness. If so, then humanity does not diminish with technological evolution, it transforms. And finally, we must remember that reality is already virtual. The ancient mystics have spoken of this world as a dream, an illusion, a projection of a deeper truth. If we are to transcend, we must recognize that we are not just characters in a game, we are also the designers. The ultimate revelation is not that we are trapped, but that we have always held the power to shape the experience itself. The question is no longer what is real. The question is, who are you within it? Are you a mere participant, following the scripts handed to you? Or are you the force shaping the narrative itself? Will you be a player in this sandbox, actively shaping your reality with awareness and intention, or just another NPC, passively moving through existence without questioning who is writing the script? In the end, the only true choice is whether you awaken to your power or remain a dream within a dream, never realizing you were the dreamer all along. Thanks for watching. If you found value in this video, please remember to like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.